One of the most toxic sides of TikTok is self-care talk. Self-care talk is disguised as the most wholesome, loving, upbuilding side of TikTok, but after watching just a few of the videos on there, you can clearly see that all these self-care videos do is promote insane levels of overconsumption that will bring your credit scores into the darkest depths they've ever been in, and your bank account balances into the deepest negatives that they've ever been in. And of course, on top of all of that, self-care talk promotes the ideology that every single second of every single day, you need to be spending every last second of your time doing absolutely everything in your power to achieve complete aesthetic perfection.
This is my insane and slightly unhinged daily beauty maintenance routine. Being a baddie is a full-time job. There are no days off, there are no vacation days, and there are absolutely no sick days. So these are all the things that I do every single day without fail in hopes that it'll make me hotter, because unfortunately I am very vain. Do not judge me. First thing in the morning, I use my Shark LED mask. I use the skin clearing mode for 8 minutes, and this kills acne causing bacteria on the skin. It also has little cooling pads under the eyes that feel really good first thing in the morning. Then I have a glass of room temperature water with lemon, which is not only good for digestion, but it is amazing for your skin. Then I wash my face and have my first shower of the day, which is just a body shower. Then I moisturize my entire body with a light body butter. Then I apply a little bit of moisturizer and SPF to my face, and I'm out the door to my workout class. I hit either a hot Pilates class or a reformer Pilates class. After my workout, I wash my face again and I do another body shower. Then I do my full morning skincare routine, which consists of vitamin C, peptides, moisturizer, and SPF again. Then throughout the day, I'll usually drink about a gallon of water, and I only eat pretty much whole foods. So fruits, vegetables, meat. Then at night, I have my third shower of the day, and this one is an everything shower. This is where I wash and deep condition my hair, and then I exfoliate and shave my entire body. When I'm out of the shower, I will lather myself in a body retinol, and then I seal it in and moisturize with a heavy body butter and a body oil. Then I double cleanse my face, and I'll use a face mask. It's usually Masque Vivant by Philiciajoy, which is a pore clearing mask. After I wash that off, I'll use my Omnilux red light mask on my face and on my neck. Then I do my full evening skincare routine. I do skin cycling, so it looks a little bit different every night, but it typically consists of either a chemical exfoliant, a retinol, or a heavy moisturizer and eye cream. Then I use a lash serum and apply castor oil to my lashes. That's how I get them so long. Then I use a scalp serum and oil the ends of my hair, and I wrap it up and put it in a bonnet. Then I'll use Aquaphor on my feet and put on a really thick pair of socks. And right before bed, I'll apply a thick lotion on my hands and a bunch of cuticle oil. And then I'll end my 2-hour evening routine with either journaling or reading before bed. All of this, and somehow I always feel like I could be doing more. I feel like this level of self-care is sort of a sickness. Let me know if you'd like a video of me further elaborating on this mental illness of mine that explains all of the beauty maintenance I do bi-weekly, monthly, and every 3 months, which is somehow even more rigorous than everything I do every single day.
It's no secret that beauty standards in 2026 are just as toxic as they have always been, if not even more toxic, because right now, teenagers and even minors are being encouraged to get plastic surgery before they even grow into their faces. And from personal experience, my face looks way different now than it did when I was a teenager, so please, if you're considering any type of plastic surgery and all these retinol creams and everything, please just wait for time to tell what you will actually look like in a couple of years, and trust me, please just wait. And before we get into all this toxicity, thank you guys so much for all these amazing comments on the screen right now and for tuning in to today's video. And please don't forget to leave a like on the video to help us get one step closer to our goal of 500 likes, and please subscribe if you haven't already, because we're on the road to 40,000 subscribers. And also huge thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video. In my last video, I talked about how it's really not that hard or time consuming to eat healthy. And to prove that, we are going to be making a delicious salmon and green bean dish courtesy of HelloFresh. I personally love how HelloFresh makes it so easy for busy families like mine to eat better. Being asked the question, what's for dinner, can either make or break you some days, but HelloFresh takes away all of the weeknight dinner time stress. HelloFresh not only helps you save time, but also helps you feel a lot more confident in the kitchen. It also helps you discover new flavors and makes mealtime something you actually look forward to. I've been trying for some time to get my family to eat more vegetables, and I love how HelloFresh incorporates fresh vegetables into dinner time in a delicious, seasoned, enjoyable way. And the portion sizes are perfect for keeping portions healthy while also being large enough to fill up the entire family. I also love the protein selections like salmon, chicken, and premium steak that make you feel like you're eating fine dining right at home. Take advantage of the new HelloFresh by using my code philiciajoy at hellofresh.com for one free meal in your first 10 boxes plus free breakfast for life. Sign up today to get your 10 free meals by clicking the link below or by using my code philiciajoy at hellofresh.com. And now let's get back into all of these face serums, brow lifts, and LED masks. I'll probably have to make a part 2 to this video because I couldn't possibly cover all this toxicity in one video. But let's take a look at this next post that I saw on Instagram Threads. I know Instagram Threads. But seriously, it pretty much sums up self-care talk perfectly. Threads is a terrible place, just like Twitter, but sometimes I'm scrolling on Instagram and I'll get a random recommendation of a Threads post like this, and it's just too egregious not to click on it, and I felt like I had to get to the bottom of that preview that showed me. And the comments did not disappoint. So the post says, "Dear women, if women start applying SPF every single morning, vitamin C serum, retinol at night, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, rosehip oil, castor oil on brows and lashes, gua sha daily, eye cream every night, neck and chest moisturizer." Wait guys, that's only number 10. We're 11. Face mist throughout the day, glycolic acid weekly, peptide serum, snail mucin, baku, I don't know how to pronounce that, ceramide moisturizer, aloe vera gel, rice water toner, jojoba oil, sunscreen on hands daily, white heart emoji. Your skin at 40 will thank the woman you are today. Save this, white heart emoji. And this post had 566 likes and 95 likes on the second half. So some people actually think that this is normal. Around like 600 people. And seriously, just reading that made my head absolutely spin and made me exhausted and out of breath. And when I originally saw it, I wish that I had never seen it. And this leads us into a bigger discussion of why is everybody so against looking their age, and this whole entire age topic is just absolutely insane. And everybody wants to look like they're 20, but it's like, we know you're not 20. It's okay. I'm not 20 either. It's okay to not be 20. When I was 20, I didn't even know a thing. So I wouldn't even want to be 20. I'm okay with not being 20. And everybody that is not 20 should be too. Just appreciate the age you are now, because this is the youngest that you'll ever be. At this moment, you're the youngest that you will ever be right now. But that's a whole nother video, but just know you look beautiful. You don't need all this retinol, okay? And I get some of the things on this list because, like, yes, jojoba oil is one of my favorite things. You can put it on your arms, legs, hair. The Trader Joe's one is really good. But all this other stuff, come on. Like, yes, we need to take showers daily. We need to put on lotion. We need, like, face wash. But what are we doing with all this? And also sunscreen makes sense because we're getting into spring and summer, and it's very important to wear sunscreen. And remember that any skin color needs sunscreen. It is a myth that all colors don't need sunscreen, so remember that. But beyond that, let's take a rest and a breather from all this list. And this list is exactly why all those Sephora 10-year-olds were raiding Sephora's last year and being rude to the customers and employees and putting retinol all over their skin at 10 years old and probably getting wrinkles by 18 because of this ideology that is on the self-care side of the internet. But now let's take a look at the comments under this Threads post because they really pass the vibe check. That's crazy. I'm 51. Never put anything on my face except wash it and have fabulous skin. Surely our skin isn't meant to have all that applied. LOL. I thought the 2 out of 2 would say, then you will lose $200 a month in 30 minutes a day. This is like a 6-hour routine, not to mention the cash out. That makes me tired by just reading it. Hi women, here's a better idea. Apply sunscreen to prevent cancer, age gracefully to show the younger generation of women that our aging is beautiful, and that there is a privilege in each line we develop and a lifetime of smiling and emotions. Your beauty comes from inside and glows brighter than any serum you could apply. And that is so true because even if we personally don't like ourselves to be wrinkly or anything, think of any grandma that you have or any older person in your life that you know. And are you worried about their wrinkles or are you worried about how much you love them and how sweet and kind they are? And like nobody actually looks at their grandmother and is like, oh my goodness, she's so wrinkly. I literally hate her. Like that is not how life works. So like just realize that it's not that serious. And then you have people like Kris Jenner who to have no wrinkles. And then like, it's not really the flex that she thinks it is, because people are like terrified of her because now she looks younger than her daughter Kim. And it's actually scary, but no hate, but a little bit of concern. And then the next comment says, who has time for such ridiculousness? Please do something productive with your time and money, like feeding the poor or helping at-risk kids, rather than obsessing over your skin and appearance. Thanks. Because seriously, the amount of thousands of dollars that are spent on these products, because these products are not cheap. These skincare products are like $100 plus per bottle. And we could be doing so much more with our money than buying products that probably don't even work. And they're just filled with lies all over the bottle, and the reviews online are just literally fake. And comments like these went on and on this post, and the post went viral for all the wrong reasons, as you can clearly see, and clearly got ratioed. But I was actually very satisfied to see that nobody was buying what this person was selling. And you have to watch out, because sometimes these posts, then they'll say like 20 different things, but then one of the things is a product that they're selling. So they're trying to make you click on their page, and it's like an AI influencer trying to peddle this trash product that costs like $100, but it costs like 1 cent to make it. And if you're wondering where all these ideas from this Threads post even stemmed from, and why we're all trying to have 50-step skincare routines, look no further than, yep, you guessed it, SelfCare TikTok. SelfCare Tok's absolute favorite word is retinol. And it doesn't care if you are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. They will tell you to put all this retinol and acidic products on your face in order to look like the most famous TikTok celebrity at 7 years old, yes. And that makes my blood boil, but I'll move on.
I don't know about y'all, but my entire For You page right now is flooded with people trash talking these 10-year-olds that are going into Sephora, getting their drunk elephant and all these retinol creams and stuff when they're literally like 10 years old. And first of all, that's annoying, but second of all, why are they all so obsessed with retinol? If you didn't know, retinol is like I don't know if it's chemical or something, but it's in creams. You put it on your face. It's supposed to help with like anti-aging, reduce wrinkles, redness, that kind of thing. Now I'm prescribed retinol right now because I think I have the retouch filter on. But if you can't tell, your girl is struggling with some hormonal acne breakouts. So I got prescribed some by my dermatologist to help with the redness. And the science behind why retinol does all these things is because it helps accelerate the turnover of your skin cells. That's why it can help with wrinkles and redness. But to my knowledge, it's not necessarily a preventative. And it also cracks me up that they're all obsessed with retinol because two of the main symptoms, if you will. The first one is it makes your skin really sensitive to the sun and you're more prone to sun damage. And guess what sun damage does? Ages you faster. So if you're not using retinol to help clear up stuff like I am, you're exposing your skin to the sun more, which in turn could cause more damage in the long run. I also I put on like a not sunscreen, but I have some moisturizers that have SPF to help combat that. And a second thing is it dries your skin. Y'all, I have had oily skin my whole life. I have never dealt with like my skin peeling, even in like the winter. This is an awful picture of me, but I took this picture yesterday. That's disgusting and embarrassing. But this is what retinol does to your skin. I feel like these kids just see, ooh, anti-aging, ooh, my favorite influencer's using it, and they don't think anything else about it. Anyways, these kids need to chill.
And we don't like to judge parenting, but yes, it really is on the parents who are allowing their daughters at 10, 11, 12 to go into Sephora and feeding into all the madness by giving them an unlimited balance credit card. They obviously can't apply to a credit card. You're obviously giving them the card and giving them the money to buy the retinol, so just stop. And no, it is not cute or endearing. And then they're posting these videos of their daughters, which you also shouldn't even be doing. So that's just a whole nother video. Again, everything in this video has like a million layers. And besides retinol products, SelfCare Tok's other obsession is literally, oh yeah, every single other product on the shelf of Ulta or Sephora that has any type of relation to skincare. And again, each of these bottles is $50 to $100, usually $100, but nobody cares because as long as they can have the products in the videos, everybody just wants to have the products on the shelves to have clout and show how cool they are and how they are the absolute top self-care girly on TikTok. And yes, influencers get these products for free, but the crazy thing is that some people aren't even influencers. They just randomly get on the internet and show their self-care collection. You know those Bath & Body Works people who have like all those Bath & Body Works things? Like they're not influencers. They genuinely spend all their money on every single soap at Bath & Body Works and then go viral on their first post by just posting it. They're not getting this stuff for free, which is very concerning to me.
Reminder, this is what we started with, okay? And this is what we're ending with. Much
better.
And in the comments of all these self-care collection videos, everybody is asking the $1 million question. Aren't all of these products expired? Because there's absolutely no way that you could be using all of these products before the expiration date, because there is enough product on these shelves to do a daily skincare routine, morning, noon, and night for a lifetime. And then the TikTokers who post the videos say that everybody is just haters in the comments. The products are not expired. They're not opened, so they can't expire. But no, even if you don't open them, they can still expire. So please stop.
Skincare expires. This is all gonna expire. Duh. Here's how I make sure this isn't expired. Number 1, none of these are open. The second you open a skincare product, that part of the box that says maybe 12N, 24N, 6N, that timer starts. This is all the skincare that I have opened right now. So this stuff is a ticking time bomb for expiration, which is why there's a lot less product in here than there is here. Now, if it is unopened, don't keep it forever either. But you probably have 1 to 2 years, depending on what the product is.
I don't know, like, you already bought them, so I don't know, give them to your little cousin or something. Like, get all this clutter out of here, please. Like, I don't like to hate on collectors or people who have collections, because we all have our things we like to collect. But this is specifically stemming from a TikTok trend. And if it wasn't trending on TikTok, chances are you would not actually want to put all your time and money into this. And you're just getting influenced by your phone. And that is why you're exhibiting these behaviors. So please, I would advise you to not do this. Put all this energy into something productive like painting or drawing or crocheting or something, collecting shells on the beach. There could be way better collections. Build some Legos. Like, what is this? Another huge side of self-care talk is shower talk. And it started off cute by being like, pour into yourself and make yourself feel good by having an everything shower once a week on top of your daily, regular, boring showers. On that one day, do your hair mask, get your nails and toes done, do your eyebrows, do everything, hair mist, sugar scrubs, and everything. And obviously, I do subscribe to the fact that you should do things like that, because everything I just mentioned will really improve your mental health and your self-esteem if you do pour into yourself. So I'm not knocking self-care in general. I'm knocking the fact that we don't need 50 sugar scrubs. We don't need like 50 different gua shas. And we don't need to dry brush our legs with 10 different brands of dry brushes. Like, it can be, you can dry brush, you can gua sha, you can do all these things, but it gets to a point. And when you start posting videos like $3,000 shower routine, like, you know what you're doing. You're just trying to flex all the PR that you got for free and pretending that you actually spent this money. Because influencers, if they get on the internet and say $1,000 shower routine, $5,000 maintenance routine, $7,000 fridge restock, just know that all those poppies in the fridge were free. All of that hair, nails, and everything was free. They are not actually buying any of this stuff. And some influencers are transparent and they'll actually say like, oh yeah, I went to the hair salon, I did a content exchange, so I didn't have to pay for the hair, the eyebrows, the lip filler, the nails, because they just said, if I post myself getting my maintenance done on my account, then I don't have to pay. So some people are transparent, thankfully, but a lot of people, majority of influencers, are not. And then they're just trying to flex on you and make themselves look so rich. But it's like, no, they are not actually dropping 3 bands at the nail salon. So nobody feel broke, inadequate, or poor or anything, because anybody can just post a video on the internet and get a DM saying, hey, do you want a free product? Oh, sure. Oh yeah, what's your address? Here you go. That is not meaning that you're rich and better than everybody else. And don't listen to the girly pops that are saying, if you don't use this $1,000 serum in the shower, you don't love yourself and you don't have a good mental state and you don't care about anything. And self-care influencers that do try to flex like this are exactly like the stay-at-home girlfriend influencers, because the stay-at-home girlfriends, they promote the lifestyle that you need to rely on the boyfriend for every single cent of money. And you need this like $10,000 allowance or whatever. But then they are influencers who have a bunch of views. So they're obviously getting money from being influencers. They're work-from-home girlfriends because they're literally content creators. They're not actually stay-at-home girlfriends. They actually have jobs, but they're telling the viewer to quit their job and to rely on a man when they're not even doing it. It is all lies.
This is another day in my life as a 25-year-old stay-at-home girlfriend. I start off my day by waking up around noon, and then I will tidy up the place to make sure that it's nice and clean for my boyfriend to come home to, because when he's in a good mood, I'm also in a good mood. Then today I felt extra nice, so I set up his shower shelves for him. And of course, being a stay-at-home girlfriend, I have to smell nice, so I take a really long shower and practice my 12-step skincare routine because I have all the time in the world. One of my favorite things about living this lifestyle is knowing that I am basically performing wifey duties at the girlfriend package. Then I thought it would be nice to take myself on a date because I was craving some noodles. Then I went to Starbucks because it is literally in my job description to spend his money. I was feeling really exhausted, so I played some games on my iPad and waited for him to come home. And this is his POV. I mean, how lucky is he? And we cheers with some cocktails.
Influencers get sent products and then they have 10 hair masks in their hands and they're like, what do I do with all this hair mask? I know. I mean, the logical thing would just be give it to your friends, family, cousins, or do a giveaway or something, as long as it's not some scammy win an iPhone 10 giveaway by liking this video. Then they think that they should just tell the viewer that they actually use all these products and they indulge in the products. And have this luxurious feeling in everything shower. But nobody needs all those hair masks and all those chemicals interacting with each other, and your hair will not be thriving if you put all that product on it. And your skin, it needs to breathe. Like, let your skin and hair get a rest. And I'm not trying to throw any shade or anything, but that just reminded me that a lot of natural hair creators, they start off their journeys with big voluminous hair. And then because of all the PR that they get, then they keep using all these products and doing all these wash day videos. And then a couple years later, then their hair is like way shorter than it was because they're manipulating it so much for the videos. So it proves the fact that if you just do minimal things to your hair, wash it, deep condition, moisturize it, put the jojoba oil on it, and leave it in twists, it's gonna grow. You don't need all these 10,000 brands and brand trips. You don't need it. Take yourself to Bora Bora. You don't need to go with this company. No shade, no shade. And another side note, anybody that is invited on brand trips, then they're just treated like trash anyway. So it's like, and then they have to come out with a 1,000,000-part video saying like how I was treated badly by this brand on a brand trip. So it's just all a facade and nobody needs any of this. The hate for the next big trend on SelfCare Tok is a little bit controversial because it is dusting powder. And dusting powder has always been around, and different cultures have already been using dusting powder. So that is why it's controversial to say like, oh yeah, you're doing too much, because it's not really a new thing. But when TikTokers got a hold of dusting powder, like always, they took it and ran with it and made it insane. And I understand why people are saying that this is just way too much.
If you're not using a dusting powder, you're probably not smelling as good as you could. So let me show you how to layer it properly so that you can leave an amazing scent trail and smell so yummy all day. So the first step when you get out of the shower is applying a very hydrating body lotion. Not only is it a great way to start moisturizing, but you really want to build the fragrance from the bottom up. And I believe this is the Golden Hour by Josie Moran, and it's the best in my opinion. Next, we're moving on to one of my favorite product finds of this year, and this is the Lush Moisturizing Bar. Now, if you haven't used one of these before, let me tell you something. I'm putting you on game, because this is basically oil in a bar that smells like vanilla, coconut, and chocolate, all in one product. And I still smell this on my skin hours after using it. Now to keep the scent going, we're gonna go in with a coconut vanilla deodorant. And now it's time to add our dusting powder. Now if you want a very gourmand, yummy smelling dusting powder, I'm using the Super Milk and Sticky Dates one by Lush. And application is key, y'all, so we're gonna put this in all of our crevices. So my armpits, my neck, elbows, back of the knees, and between my legs. And so we're gonna let this settle in our skin for 5 minutes before rubbing it off. I know a lot of people put some on their chest, but I like my chest really glowy and it takes away the glow, so that's why I only put it on my neck. And now this is gonna be a perfect base for your perfume to stick on. Lastly, it's time for the perfumes, and we're gonna stay on theme here, and I'm gonna go in with a body spray first and spray it all over. So next we're gonna take our perfume and spray it on all the areas we basically put our dusting powder on. Finish it all off, we're gonna go in with a hair perfume, because when people smell you and they get a whiff of that scent, they're gonna be thinking about you for days. And now you're gonna be smelling like the best vanilla coconut sugar cookie in the room.
So basically the TikTokers take the dusting powders and then they layer it with like 5 different powder scents on top of lotion and body oil and body shimmer, and it's just too much. And all the comments are saying, how do you not have a migraine? How do you not have a headache? How are you not nauseated by all of these conflicting flavors that are all over your body? Because do we really need vanilla lotion and then caramel dusting powder, pomegranate perfume, peony hair mist, clementine body oil, and rose shimmer? And don't get me wrong, arm shimmer is really amazing if you're going to like the prom or like some type of engagement party or something. Like me and my husband on my community tab, we were at my sister-in-law's engagement party the other day and it was so fun. And yeah, we can have some like shimmer or something on our arms and our fancy clothes. But if you walk into a room and you have all those conflicting flavors and you're wondering why people are standing 10 feet away from you, don't say I didn't warn you that it's just too much. Like, It gets to a point where it is too much. The scent, like if you walk into a building and everybody turns and you're like, oh my goodness, they love my scent. They're never going to forget me. I'm unforgettable. But maybe they do need to forget you. Because maybe it is so overpowering and there could be people that have perfume allergies. You have to be considerate of other people. There are so many people that are allergic to perfume that you need to not do these. Like, yes, if you're in the comfort of your own home and it's like, oh my goodness, date night, I want to make myself unforgettable to my boyfriend on this date. Then yes, okay, I get it. But just every single day putting on all this perfume and just for no reason. Like, we can just have like the warm sugar hair mist and just leave it at that. The lotion, the whatever viral pink lotion, we can have that. But it doesn't have to be 15 layered conflicting scents. And like I said before, teenagers and young adults do not need all of this pressure on them to be absolute aesthetic perfection. It's okay to be a teenager and it's okay to be young. Nobody, young or old, is ever going to look like an AI filter, and that is completely okay. Because actual human faces are way better looking than AI faces. Fight in the comments if you want to, but my stance will not change. And life is so much more enjoyable if you're not worried about how AI you look on a daily basis. And if you want to look more AI, just drink more water and go on a walk every day and be done with it. And if anybody watches Ashley Dalton like I do, she's not actually controversial. I don't know why people hate her so much. She actually has good tips. And she's always talking about drinking the water, going on walks, putting on that skin tint, blush, moisturizer, and lip gloss, and a little mascara. And which is not a toxic beauty standard. And that will make you feel a lot more confident and happy every single day. But Ashley Dalton put it extremely well in a recent video that she posted on YouTube that we need to really bring back being young and stop with all this self-care, and stop with all this stay inside the house and put on a face mask, stay in the house. Everybody needs to go outside and live their lives, please. It's entirely okay to do so. And like she's saying in this clip, a 19-year-old does not need to be worried about marrying a billionaire. They can literally like a guy in their science class and it's okay. Like a guy on the track team, a basketball team. You don't need to be doing Pilates and pickleball and all this stuff. You can do that later on.
Yeah, this is so important, and I'm happy she came on and said this because I just spoke with a 19-year-old this week. I had a one-on-one call with her, and you know, I don't speak to a lot of teenagers on this live, so I'm not aware of what's going on or the effects that social media is having on the youth, right? So I just feel like there's a point right now on social media where young ladies or teenagers don't have a space to get their sneakers dirty, go through the ugly duckling phase, get it wrong, kiss a few frogs. When I say kiss a few frogs, I don't mean sleep with them. Kiss a few frogs, like a boy, go through heartbreak, because everything is self-care. Everything is Pilates. Everything is matcha. Now we're already jumping to rich man. I'm not saying they shouldn't be, successful or accomplished minded. I'm not saying it's bad for them not to know those things. But it troubles me when I'm on a one-on-one call with a 19-year-old and she thinks she needs a fox brow lift, a facelift. She doesn't feel comfortable without her reading glasses on. She thinks she needs a weave all the way down to her butt. That's a problem. That's a big issue. And we're not going to play dumb and say, not you, and you're not influenced. Everyone here, man or woman, if you are on social media, you are being influenced in some way, shape, or fashion. But specifically to the young ladies who watch me, if you are a teenager, if you're below the age of 18, if you're going up to about, I want to say 23, 24 years old, you don't have to apply everything I'm saying to you. You're allowed to have a phase in your life where you're a little ugly, where your hair is pink or blue, where you like the guy because you like him, not because he has money. That's okay for you to go through that phase. And I know you're following certain influencers who are 18, 19, 20, 21, 23. And you know those influencers or streamers I'm talking about. And that's not to put those ladies down, but those influencers and streamers are living a different life than you are. So you can't measure yourself against them. You can't do that. Those girls are constantly on camera. They have access in a team, a beauty team behind them, right? Who keeps their hair done, who keeps their makeup done. They have to keep the body tea. They may go get surgery because they're constantly in front of a camera. But you going to college, going to community college, going to university, that doesn't apply to you yet. That doesn't apply to you yet. Stop picking yourself apart. You are enough. You are beautiful. You don't need a facelift at 18. You don't need Botox at 18. You don't need filler at 18 years old. You don't need that.
So yes, we can wear sunscreen, we can wear lotion, we can use hair mist and hair perfume and everything else. Remember to take showers daily, exercise, and everything. Wash your face in the morning. It will really energize you, especially if it's like a citrusy scent. Washing my face in the morning with a citrusy face wash makes me all bright and happy in the morning and ready for the day. Because as you guys know, I have a 2-year-old son and I'm constantly running around. So yes, we need to do all these things, but it doesn't have to be 300 steps, skincare routines, retinol, and all these harsh products at 10 years old and all this craziness. And we don't need to feel less than if we don't have 500 body scrubs in a random closet in our house. And I don't care what anybody says, those red masks that put that red light on your face at night are just for aesthetics. Nobody actually uses those. And when companies send that to influencers, they just use it for the video and then put it in the closet for 3 years and then ask one of their friends or their cousins, hey, do you want this? Because I don't actually use this. And it's all for clout purposes. Nobody actually does that. And always remember, guys, that all these videos are just filled with overly consumed products that have sensationalized claims and are filled with empty promises on the bottles. Because seriously, let's not forget the fact that if you actually went into Ulta or Sephora and had an unlimited balanced shopping spree, a ton of the products that you would get would be just garbage because half these products don't even work. They're terrible. Each person has products that don't work for them and that do work for them, especially with hair products. 99% of hair products don't even work for me. So it might look aesthetically pleasing in the videos, all these packages and everything. And to shopaholics like I used to be when I was a teenager, the packaging would look so beautiful. But it's just all just random creams in a bottle that nobody actually needs, and they're probably not even gonna work. And remember in my Medicube video where the Medicube device literally caused temporary facial paralysis for months? So yes, nobody needs these heavy duty skincare routines and to be shining all these lights and electrodes zapping their faces. But don't forget to let me know in the comments below the most egregious thing that you've ever seen on SelfCare Tok, because then I can cover it in part 2 of this video. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it because it really helps out the channel, and subscribe for more videos like this coming very soon. And I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.